Very good Thursday morning to everyone out there. Landon here with you to bring you your weather and night forecast for the Wobbles community, courtesy of Ohio Valley Insurance. Had an active pattern that's continued throughout the overnight, folks. Rounds of showers and storms. Had a lightning bolt that apparently hit roughly, 2 meters from the house that shook the weather and night compound here about an hour ago. But that activity, as you can see, looking at it this morning, is pulling off to the north. There's going to be more where that came from. We got a surface low pressure down to our south that's driving up in our direction, and we got more rainfall on the way. We'll switch over to the wide range view to give you an idea, and you can see it's this low pressure system, folks. It's located down here across the deep south that's continuing to slice off to the north and east, and will be pulling up in that direction, dragging a cold front through the area as well. That's going to result in much colder temperatures this afternoon than what we're currently experiencing out there early this morning. We'll get to more on that here in just a moment. Looking over the sky cam at Lovers Lane Soccer Complex in the Loops Trails, folks. Like to kick a soccer ball around on that field. It's not going to go very far. Fields are absolutely flooded out with the copious amounts of rain we received here over the past few days. We continue with the blanket of cloud cover and the rain that is continuing to beleaguer the Wobbles community. Peachtree News Sky Cam showing an identical scenario looking off to the north and west from Morgantown. Got the low-hanging ragged cloud cover and the rain and storms that are continuing to pound us here. And that's pretty much going to be the weather story throughout a good chunk of today. Temperatures have remained up throughout the overnight. We've seen that here over the past few days, with us remaining in the warm sector of the system. Winds have remained out of the south throughout the vast majority of this week. High temperatures are going to be achieved at some point between 10 a.m. and lunchtime today. We'll be topping out right around the 70-degree mark, and then after lunchtime, those winds are going to pick up and come in here out of the northwest and send those temperatures falling. So be aware, despite the warmth and humidity this morning, we're going to be flipping the script this afternoon with those shower and storm chances remaining present across the region. Here's a better look at the broad range view of what we're dealing with today. You can see the surface low that's going to be tracking off to the north and east and then blasting a couple of cold fronts here across the region. That is what is going to be reinforcing that northwesterly flow on the backside of the low. So let's jump over here and let's talk about it, and let's break it down in terms of the latest model guidance. We're going to creep on into mid-morning here, folks, and by the time we do so, you can see where the low pressure system is, the cold front. It's going to be blasting through here. So it's going to be right around this point in time that we're going to be watching the wind shift, but not just that. We might have a few strong, even marginally severe storms that develop as this moves through the region as we progress throughout the day and on into this afternoon. So let's get a little bit of a closer view. It's picking up nicely on the activity this morning. What we were just looking at on radar actually exceptionally well. And then we continue throughout the day, and we get the other round that arrives here rolling into midday on into early afternoon. This is whenever the cold front's going to pass, and then we're going to have those winds shift out of the north and west. And look back here, folks, a secondary front that's going to blast through here. We've got another little pocket of some robust cells developing that is passing through here right around the sunset time frame this evening. So, folks, there's going to be rounds of showers and storms for us to deal with for yet another day. I know you all are looking forward to some reprieve from the action like me, and we are going to get it as we progress throughout the overnight tonight and into our Friday morning. Coming along with that today, folks, what we were just mentioning is some extraordinarily strong wind gusts that we're going to have to deal with on top of the rain and storms. We've already got the winds upwards of 15 to 25 miles an hour. With the passing of the cold front as we get into early and mid-afternoon, look at these readings. Northwest winds on the cusp of 35, perhaps even maybe 40 or a little bit more miles an hour. Right now, it doesn't look like we'll have the necessary ingredients to bring winds that strong to the surface, but let it be aware these could achieve that magnitude. So, got any lawn furniture, you got trash day out there, God's Frisbees, aka trampolines, might want to secure those here before this works through. We continue with the wind speeds throughout the early part of this evening, and then the apparent cold fronts, the driving force here. By 8, 9, and 10 o'clock tonight, we finally see those winds here subside across the region. Let's talk about, after we get past this weather maker, what's in store for us Friday into the weekend. And I don't think that you will be displeased with a break in the action finally arriving. We do have a few question marks late tonight and getting into our Friday morning. We might have to deal with some lingering wraparound moisture as we progress into sunrise right around mid-morning into lunchtime, as you can see here. But with any luck, folks, as we roll through the afternoon and evening, maybe some breaks in the cloud cover with sunshine trying to come back into the picture. This large expanding upper ridge and area of high pressure going to provide loads of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday, even into Monday of next week. Deep southwesterly flow is going to bring in strong winds out of this same direction. That's going to warm us back up rather significantly throughout the weekend. We will be continuing to keep eyes on the early days of next week as we roll into our Tuesday into Wednesday time frame. There's still question marks, but this is a very stout, quickly deepening area of low pressure with a potential cold front and warm front that's going to blast through here at some point between the Tuesday on into the Wednesday time frame. We're going to need to keep eyes on that, folks, here about 5 to 6 days out, as we could get another round of strong to maybe some potentially severe storms coming along with that. So after we get the break this weekend, we could still be getting in on quite a bit more activity as we progress on into next week. All right. Taking a look here at the total rainfall amounts over the past 48 hours, we've got anywhere from 0.4 of an inch down here in Simpson County to already over an inch up in Butler County. We can be looking at another half an inch becoming possible with today's activity. Localized areas might even see a little bit more before it is all said and done as we work into the latter part of this evening. All right. It is also worth mentioning today, we do have a portion, or the vast majority of wobbles, and a 1 out of 5 on the severe weather risk scale. As we progress throughout the day and we work into this afternoon, we could be getting in on a few damaging wind gusts out there. Instability is not being realized. That's what the models are showing. That's not what we're expecting. We are not expecting any sort of widespread severe weather outbreak, but be aware that a few robust cells could bring a few very strong winds down to the surface. All right. And again, folks, not just today, but fast forwarding into next week, the Storm Prediction Center already has a day 5, a day 6 severe weather risk that is coming just west of the Wobbles community, stretching from far western Kentucky down into western Tennessee, over into Arkansas and the Boot Hill, Missouri, along with a good chunk of Illinois. This is why we will need to keep close eyes on this as we work into next week. All right, here's your full breakdown of your next 5-day weather forecast for today. Widespread showers and storms, maybe strong, maybe a marginally severe cell or two this afternoon with damaging winds. Highs at 70 degrees, achieved between roughly 10 a.m. and lunchtime before those brisk northwest winds send temperatures falling. We got decreasing cloud cover throughout our Friday with colder temperatures in store. A warming trend throughout the entirety of the weekend. Will be near 80 come Sunday afternoon, and then hit-miss storm chances on Monday become more prominent Tuesday into Wednesday, with highs holding between the low and mid-80s. Folks, that's going to wrap up your Thursday morning weather or not forecast presented by Ohio Valley Insurance. You all take care of yourselves and each other out there. Stay dry. Have a blast. Next, the final day of the work week.